welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Representing the legendary Al Davis and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
He didn't get the full chance to build on his MVP runner-up season. An injury ended 2024 after just 8 games. But Dak's got a few more weapons around him. He's got a new head coach, play caller, and at this stage of his career, he's got to make the most of it.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss, first play of the game. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Heward, who got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. He brings it in. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now it's Prescott again. Dumped off to his running back. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Can't you know this? All those amazing essays you wrote at Cal, that start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Raiders nothing.
clobbering now to kick this one away. Dylan Laube on the return. This makes it up to the 25. Here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. And first carry here for Ashton Genty. Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
This is Genty on 2nd. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Finds him over the middle. And he won't find much there as it reaches the 41. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll run it with Genty. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Smith. That's caught for the 1st. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Smith to the air now. That's taken in by Tucker. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Play fake, here's Smith. Flush down out to his left. It's going to be a short pickup down to the 22. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop.
Positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Shotgun snap to Smith. Got a man, it's Dante Thornton Jr. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Raiders 1st down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Jency. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this first and goal. Now Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on second and goal. Smith. And they get to him again. And back-to-back sacks have these guys suddenly staring at third and goal.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on third down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
Back-to-back sacks, and this defense hungry for a third here. It's third and goal. Here he goes, third and long. This one's taken in by Thornton. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical third down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Carlson's kick is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
You hate to see this on fourth down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. Looking inside the red zone. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face second down. Well, with how well he's slinging at this opening drive, Brock, not sure we expected to see an incompletion, but his perfect start ends at 5 for 5.
Yeah, kind of the feeling out process, right? I think you find this with defensive coordinators a whole bunch, trying to figure out what that script is on the other side. I have a sense there'll be some completions and incompletions along the way.
Second down run gets him 5. Now they've got third down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Smith on third and short. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, with that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive, and I would be.
24-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. This is complete to Ferguson, out left. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Dak out of the pistol. Throwing the out route complete. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Dak throwing again. He takes it himself. And Prescott finds him a 1st as he slides down to end the run.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. And it's the Cowboys who have 1st and 10. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Prescott on 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And they're on him right away with that tackle. The stop comes at the 26-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
So before 3rd down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw once more. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Another throw for Prescott. That's caught by Williams. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, he looked like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And, Kate, I know how this plays out, all right? They worked on it all week. He showed out during the practice week on the practice field, and now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys drive their lead to 11.
Raiders 3.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's White on the return. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. 2nd drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Smith on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Gets this to Michael Mayer. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing is Smith. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
37-yard line.
So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's White on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vegas offense ready to start this third quarter. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Out left, and Lockett makes the grab. And after making the catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Connects on the crosser. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you throw in that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
Vegas is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
From the red zone on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Play fake, here's Smith. On the move, headed right. Headed right through the middle of the field. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
You know, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Genty is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
defense had a chance to scheme it up, now lined up to defend this drive.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
Smith's going to throw for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete! And they get the two-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Turpin with a return. Jukes away from one. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Prescott here from the gun. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throw here, 3rd down. Dump off pass to Williams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Counter give to Genty. And all he can get is a yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
Now on 4th down, A.J. Cole headed out to handle the punt. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Collects this at the 32. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's the Cowboys who have it with the lead, but the win not secure just yet. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Ryan Anger, the one to send it away. Fights his way through a tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Zone read, they'll give it to Genty. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Giving him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
And the Raider 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st down, ball at the 36. Running back sent in motion. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 1st down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Shotgun snap to Smith. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Smith. This is Cox. That's Bowers working downfield. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 52 yards. And the Raider 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And off to Genty. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Kemp.
And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. Geno Smith with a touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
Raiders 18. Cowboys 14.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. He lost the football. Oh, and this will be a turnover. It's recovered by the kicking team. Well, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right? At a young age, you're always coaching those guys. Hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun give here to Genty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Oh, option play now. He's headed right side. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Wilson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas.
At their own 26-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Hits him on the out route. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Down the field, he's got Lamb. He's going to bring this down to their 35. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Draw play, this is Williams. Oh no, the ball is loose! And this is going to be Raiders football!
This really should be the last place and the last down you expect to fumble on. There's still 2, 3, maybe more to work with. Just take care of the ball. Go down when you're hit and set up for 2nd down.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Steps up, and he's running with it. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Genty from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
42-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Another give here to Genty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Tries to convert with an option on 3rd down. And that's a Raiders first down. More than that, Brock, it should seal a way to win for them.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
The Raiders nearing a win as he drops to a knee. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.